Hey, okay, so here's how we change the URL inside of ClickFunnels to make it look nicer. Because like right now, as you can see this landing page, it says live to grind, blah, 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 landing, and it has some like weird letters after that. So we are gonna change it in a couple of steps. So the first thing we wanna do is in this blue bar at the top here, under settings, we're gonna change the path for the entire funnel. And it looks like we've already got it. It looks pretty good. So domain, we selected our subdomain of go.livetogrind.com, and then you can change the path that comes afterwards. So I'm just gonna copy that. So that already looks good, so we're cool. Then let's come back to the step, so the landing page step. Now there's two spots we have to do it. Right here, click on this gear icon that's blue, and it'll take you in here. Make sure the domain is selected, go at livetogrind.com, and then we can change the path. So we can put what I just used or what I just selected, or if we want to leave it as, well, landing page I don't think looks that nice when someone comes to visit it. So we might say like, even like more info or something like that. We can decide and then hit update the funnel. And so now it looks cleaner, it doesn't have all those numbers afterwards. So you might think, oh, we're done. We're not. Come right down here, and for this page right here, we have to click this gear icon as well, and then we also want to update this. So right now I've got it as the same path as that master settings, but let me just show you, I might also change it to the more info thing. Now, one of two things could happen when I hit update. Okay, awesome. This time it left it alone. So it left it as more dash info for both of those. Oftentimes when I change that, this will add on a bunch of like crazy numbers afterwards as if it won't let both of those be called the same URL. So if that happens, you just have to come back in here and change it and like add like a -1 or something. But I think at this level is where the URL will appear when people visit. So even if they use this one, or if they use this one for the start, it's going to default redirect back to what this actual page is. And if there was a split test, we'd also want to adjust its URL too. And like this one might be like -1, and this one might change it to like -2 or something like that. Okay, so you might think I'm done. Nope, you're not. Now we have to go through every single step in the funnel and do the exact same thing. See how this one is like ugly? It says order form and those numbers. So I'm going to click on the gear, and we can change the path and order form. Okay, let me just leave it, whatever. But let's get rid of those numbers. Okay. Oh, see how I saved it, but it put on different letters? I think that's probably because this one is already called order form. Oh, no, it's not. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to change this one to order form. Let's see if that one lets us do it. Okay, it's adding on the number. So for some reason, it's not really liking us to call it order form. So now you're seeing an example of where weirdness happens. So I'm going to just add something else, or maybe I'll take out the dash. Let's see if that lets us keep it. Okay, that one worked. Now let's come here and see what happens. Okay, so it took it, but it's not letting us leave it with being the identical as that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to like change it a little bit just so it's not as ugly. But okay, let's test my theory here. So if we copy this and open it, it should redirect us to the page level that doesn't have the -1. Okay, cool. So my what I said before works. So no matter what this is, it's going to redirect us over to the URL of the actual page that we edited right here. And I think the reason why is if you do have a split test, it's going to give half the people that one, half the people this one, and then go from there. So if you use this URL, it doesn't have to be beautiful because it's going to redirect to these two. So just make sure that down here at this level is the best looking one. But I like to kind of clean it up personally anyway. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, let's click on, and actually a convention we might want to start doing. So this is member access. Let's say, let's do idea to revenue access. So what I might say, let's start doing this. We'll call this the main path, update the funnel. And then when we come to the actual page level, what we can do is give this a -1. I mean, it's going to show up for people, but because then if we do make a split test at some point, which we're not going to for this kind of a scenario, but if we did, then this would be like -1, that would be -2, and that would be like the parent level or whatever. So it's up for interpretation. All right, so one last step. Okay, to throw another monkey wrench in things, when you come to the membership area, this type of step, you can't update the URL here like we did in the other spots. So you actually have to open this up in Editor. And then under Settings, Custom Domain, and that's where you pick the custom domain. Okay, actually, you know what? Now I'm realizing as I'm saying this out loud, I don't think you can adjust the URL of this at all, just the custom domain, which I already set up, so we're good. But I don't think there's anything else that we can do there. So basically the secret sign up URL and the login URL, those are just generated by ClickFunnels and you can't change them, it seems to me. Just make sure that the subdomain is on there if it weren't already. Okay, so just to review, you have to change the master at the settings level just one time. That applies to the whole funnel. And then you have to go through each step and you have to adjust both this blue one in the middle and this black one at the end so that the path URL looks nice. So long story short, I think I'm just going to copy this. Actually, let me look inside here. Okay, every once in a while it lets you keep the same one, and I can't really figure out the rhyme or reason. But so I'm going to share this one for Kelly now because we're working on with someone on our team who needs a URL. So I'm going to share this one with her as the sales page URL, and that looks nicer. Then one last step that we could do is we could go into our ClickFunnels plugin inside of WordPress, and we could take off the go. We can make it like livetogrind.com/idea to revenue or anything. We could, call it livetogrind.com/revenue, and we could set that up to redirect to this URL that we've got. But I can save that for another video. For right now, I think we're good to go on just updating the URL inside of ClickFunnels.